सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Repeat once. देवी दुर्गे देवी जननी देवी दुर्गे देवी जननी देवी भुवन मोहिनी देवी भुवन मोहिनी देवी दुर्गे देवी जननी त्रिशूलधारिणी त्रिलोकपालिनी त्रिशूलधारिणी त्रिलोकपालिनी सकल भुवन पोषिणी सकल भुवन पोषिणी सकल भुवन सिंहवाहिनी सुंदर रूपिणी सिंहवाहिनी सुंदर रूपिणी सर्वमंगलदायिनी सर्वमंगलदायिनी देवी दुर्गे देवी जननी देवी भुवन मोहिनी देवी भुवन मोहिनी ॐ नमो Narayanaaya. Om Namo 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 Narayanaaya. Om Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopaniषदैः Gayanti Yam Samagaः Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginah Yasyantam na vidusurasuraganaः Devaya tasmai namaha. Devaya tasmai namaha. Humble prostrations to one and all present here. Looking up is a little difficult. Okay. So, the topic of today's discussion is parenting. In Bhagavad Gita, there is this famous verse in the 3rd chapter. Yadyadacharati shresthaha tattadevetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanu vartate. Yadyat shresthaha acharati. Whatever the great people, the noble people, the role models, they do, tat eva itaraha janaha. Others just follow them. Sayat pramanam kurute. Whatever they demonstrate, lokaha tat anuvartate. Others blindly imitate. So this becomes the seed verse for parenting. So there is a psychological law in this world. Whatever our role models do, we just blindly imitate them. Not our role models say, but what they do, what they demonstrate. So now, for a small child, who is the role model? The world is designed in such a way, the moment a child is born, the child has so many needs. The world is designed in such a way that child is in trouble and this lady comes running. Child is hungry, this lady comes running, feed the child is happy. Child becomes dirty, this lady comes running and the child is clean, comforted. So automatically the child is made to think that this lady knows everything. Because whenever she comes and does her job, I am at peace. Slowly the mother becomes a role model, slowly father becomes a role model. So by default, by birth, the nature is designed in such a way that parents become the role model for children. But slowly as the child grows, along with the physical body, what also grows? The intellect also grows. The thinking ability grows. The analyzing ability grows. And now the child is getting exposed to the outer world. Friends, neighbors, classmates. And now comparison begins. So now the greatest challenge will be to continue a role model in the eyes of our children. Now that is going to be a big challenge. This is the topic of discussion. You see, there is a theory called impression theory. What is this theory? Person A comes and meets person B. Both of them are strangers. They interact for some time. They discuss something. After that, both of them go away. After a few days, maybe again A meets B. Now the question is, will A want to talk to B? It depends on what impression B has created in the mind of A. Again, will B want to talk to A? It depends on what impression A has created in the mind of B. Yes or no? You just see, some people I try to avoid. They may be my neighbor. Anytime I can meet them, but I prefer to avoid them. Why? Because they have created a negative impression. Whenever I talk to that person, spend some time, I feel that I wasted my time. Not only that I wasted my time, my little peace of mind that also gone. Went away. Such people, what do? We avoid. On the other hand, there are some rare few people in the society. We spend some time, you are enlightened, consoled, guided. So then you look forward to meeting such people in life. Correct? So this is called impression theory. This impression theory works everywhere. In profession, in family. It works even with parent-child relationship also. What is the impression which the parents have left behind in the mind of the child? Depending upon that, the child will think whether to take my problems to parents or not, to discuss with them anything or not. Right. So, what are the ways in which we create negative impressions in the minds of our children? What are the ways in which we can create positive impressions in the minds of our children? This is the topic of discussion. Now, some of the don'ts with regard to speech. So, if you see, 99% of our transaction is through speech. Agreed? How we speak. Now, this is very, very important when it comes to any relationship. So first let us discuss what are the don'ts. If I am speaking ill of others, if this is my habit, always finding fault with others, talking only about the ill of others, you will always find that the listener will lose respect upon me. Because when you are talking ill of others, what is happening to the mind? Is getting peaceful or disturbed? You are talking something negative. You are forcing the other person to think negative. And every negative thought disturbs the mind. So when a person is constantly talking ill of others, what is that person doing? Unconsciously, this person is disturbing his or her own mind, also the minds of others. Will I want to disturb my mind? No. So you will find that the listener will lose respect if I am always talking negative, ill. Number one. Number two, if I am always hurting others with my words are uncultured, unrefined, abusive in nature, that shows my level. All mobiles can be silenced. If the words are hurting words, again I will lose respect. Number three, if my words are egoistic words. What do you mean egoistic words? All the time talking big about myself. I'm a great man. I'm a great achiever. There are some such people. You take any topic, finally that topic revolves around to I. Have you observed, or are you the one? When the ego is very strong in me, I always want to talk about me. I always want to listen about me. I will allow others to speak provided they talk something good about me. If you don't want to talk, then I will talk about myself. And I will talk only good thing about myself. Because I feel very nice when I talk good thing, my achievements, etc. My past glories. If in the present time I am not glorious, somewhere in the past I have done something good, I will again and again go back, remember those. So these are called as egocentric personalities. When the ego is very strong, it is a gravity. Just like anything you throw up comes down, earth pulls everything towards its center. In the same way, I is a very strong gravity, gravitational force. Egoistic personalities don't have patience to listen to others. Patiently listening to somebody, compassionately listening to somebody is not possible for them. They want to talk. So if this is the way you are dealing with your child, know for sure the child is put off. Oh, I know now what you are going to say. This you have told many times already. Generally we keep repeating the same story and our children are put off. We have forgotten that we have told it, but they remember. So, this is the next point. If the words are egoistic, our children will start disliking us. If we tend to be argumentative, what is this arguing type? See, interaction can be of two types, broadly. One is healthy discussion, the other is argument. In healthy discussion, I discuss to know. In healthy discussion, I am ready to accept that I am wrong. Did we discuss this last time? I don't know whether you remember. Anyway. In healthy discussion, I am ready to say, yes sir, what you said is right, I am sorry, I was wrong. Thank you for correcting me. So in such a healthy environment, discussions happen. It is very good. But in arguments, what happens? I argue to win. I discuss to know, I argue to win. Even when I have realized, yes, I am wrong. Actually, he has a point, he is right. But my ego doesn't allow to bow down to the other person. If your tendency is argumentative, I have said it, therefore I am right, you are wrong. Full stop. If this is the way, then very soon the listener will no more have any interest in discussing anything with you. The next point is, if you now and then tell lies. See, someday or the other you will be caught. The child will know, oh, see, my mother, my father, last time she told this, but actually this is the fact. 2-3 times this happens. Then your child will have no respect for you. No value for your advice. So these are some of the don'ts. What are some of the do's? Whenever you speak, whatever you say, there should be some value associated with it. Value system. And when you are saying it, there should be thought control and time control. What do you mean by thought control? You are talking about a topic, you are discussing about a topic, you are not deviating from that topic. Many times what happens? You are talking about a topic number 1. Suddenly you remember something is very important. You branch out to topic number 2. As you are thinking about topic number 2, suddenly you feel, oh, topic 3 is very, very important. You go to topic 3. Then something else you remember, topic number 4. And finally, you have completely forgotten where you have started. And then you ask the listener, where did I start? The other person has to remind you, sir, you started from this point. So this is called as lack of thought control. We don't want to listen to a person who has no control over his thought flow. Because listening is tiring always. You have to think. This person has said something, you are processing. You are not just hearing, you are listening. Listening means you have to hear it, process it, think over it. It is a very tiring job. And now this person has taken you for granted. Will you ride a horse which is just randomly, wildly running here and there? You have a destination to reach, that is why you are climbing a horse, and this horse is running here and there and you don't have any reins also. Will you climb such a horse? Something like that happens here, listening to this person. So this is called as lack of thought control. Then there is called time control also. You are allowed to speak. Speak as much as time is allotted to you. You may have so many things to speak. Fine, whatever the time is given, you must have control over time. You must respect the time of others also. Such people who have thought control and time control, we listen to that person attentively. So value-based talk, time control, thought control. And whatever you speak, it is logical. If the person is talking illogical things, which is not convincing, Just by raising your voice, shouting, yelling, etc., you can't convince a person. This is another mistake we generally do. Suppose my child is not listening to me, I raise my voice, I shout, I yell. When the child is small, the child remains silent. But that silence doesn't mean that the child is obeying you. You see, the more and more we shout and yell, the more and more we are telling the world that I am a very weak person. Because a disturbed person is a weak person. A person who is peaceful is a strong person. And when the mind is disturbed, that person shouts, yells, complains, grumbles. Now, this child is seeing his mother or father doing this. You think the child will depend on this father or mother to solve any problem? Suppose you are climbing a tree. Which branch will you hold on? A weak branch or a strong branch? You are climbing a tree. Which branch? Suppose there is a weak branch which is just somehow hanging on to the tree. Will you hold on to that branch? A person who shouts and yells is like that. That person is not even able to remain peaceful by himself or herself. If I share my problem also, put my burden upon that person, he will collapse. If this is the kind of image you create in the minds of your child, then slowly the relationship, you will find a distance. These are the mistakes we make. So what should be done? A very important thing to be done is, every now and then, maybe once in 2-3 days, all the family members should come together. And there should be a quality time spent with family members. This is very essential. Maybe, after dinner, all should come. Mother, father, children, everybody. And there should be quality time spent. What do you mean by quality time? No mobile, no television. No distraction. We are discussing with each other. And now what will we discuss? Fine. Ask your children to tell what all has happened that day. In your school, what happened? So the child has so many things to say. Maybe the child would have fought with somebody. Something must have happened. Teacher must have told something. The child wants to express. Allow the child to express. Allow the child to talk. Don't intercept. Don't interfere. Let the child pour out everything. And now slowly give it a direction. Always remember that whenever we are discussing any topic, that topic must have a healthy conclusion. Everybody should speak. The child speaks, later mother speaks, father speaks, his own experience, and finally that discussion is given a healthy conclusion. What do you mean by healthy conclusion? I will give an example of unhealthy conclusion. I have been so fair, but life has been not fair with me. I did good to everybody, and everybody made use of my goodness. Is this healthy conclusion or unhealthy conclusion? Why do good people suffer in life? I have been good and I am suffering. Or that person has been bad, but he is enjoying life. What kind of conclusion is this? Healthy or unhealthy? unhealthy. Never have discussion with such unhealthy conclusions. Every discussion must end in a healthy conclusion. God is there. He is kind. He is taking care of all of us. No, it is impossible that you do something good and bad will happen to you. It may appear so, but everything that happens, there is a purpose behind. Because there is a Bhagavan who is taking care of the world. He loves everyone. We are all His children. He knows everything. So let me live a clean life, good life, righteous life. This is the way every discussion must end. So in that discussion, everybody is given an opportunity to speak. You may be speaking your family problem, you may be speaking your professional problem, you may be discussing something about what has happened in the news, TV channel, something. You can discuss anything, provided, what should be the conclusion? A healthy conclusion. Right? Then what will happen? Say half an hour, 1 hour, you sat together, you discussed, and when the family members are dispersing to go to sleep, what kind of mind you are having now? A peaceful mind. There were a lot of disturbances, but now the mind has become peaceful. So every time you see this, family members come together, they pour out their problem, and they get a best solution, right guidance. And when they disperse, every time the mind has been peaceful. So what will happen to children? They will look forward to this discussion. Every family member will look forward to discussion because they are going to get right guidance. Somewhere the thinking is wrong. Somewhere I was holding on to some negativity, some disturbance, and now you discuss here, all that disturbance is gone. Now what happens to this parent-child relationship? Every time the child has brought some disturbance, somewhere some negative thing, and now this parent has beautifully handled the situation. What will happen to the relationship? It starts improving because the child now feels, yes, I don't have to worry. If my mind is disturbed, there is my father, there is my mother, I have to just go and discuss. And every time since you find peace, you will find that your child starts opening up even the most intimate, secret, personal things which otherwise the child wouldn't have spoken about. Because now the child knows, yes, here is a person with whom I can discuss anything in this world. This person will not judge me. He or she only will guide me properly. To such people, you share even very, very personal things. Things which you are not even sometimes sharing with your own husband or wife, you may share with somebody. Because you know that this person I can trust and I will get the right guidance. That kind of, trust you have to win. You can't force it. You can't demand it. You have to command it, as they say. With your own behavior, with your own, the way you handle things. So this is called as healthy discussion. A healthy discussion is absolutely essential. Once in a while, the family members should come together and have such discussion. Many negativities, they breed in silence. Two people are silent. Now silence is very, very dangerous. It is very, very good. Silence is divine, but not always. Silence can be very, very dangerous. Some misunderstanding is there, and it is just brooding. Both of them are imagining. If imagination is positive, nothing to worry. But if the imagination is negative, there is a sudden explosion. So it is always better, once in a while, come together, discuss everything, clear all misunderstanding, get the right guidance. That is very, very essential for a family stability. Many times we think money will solve all problems. Money cannot solve all problems. Money has its limitation. The basic things, yes, money can give, but there are very many more needs. emotional needs, intellectual needs, all these needs are there. It's not just physical needs. So this discussion is absolutely a must. Another aspect is the decision making that happens at home. What kind of decisions we make in life? If we are making selfish decisions in front of our children, children will have no respect for us. What do you mean selfish decision? A decision where I am benefited but the organization is harmed. Let us say, for example, I am working in an organization, now I am taking bribe, I am getting extra money, but in the process, the totality is affected. Individual is benefited, but the totality is affected. If such decisions are made, such decisions are called selfish decisions. If such decisions are made, very soon the family relationships are going to break. But on the other hand, what kind of decisions we must make? Decisions where individuality is sacrificed for the welfare of the totality. If this is the way, now this is called value-based decisions. Something is right, I am doing it, though I may not like it. Something is wrong, I will not do it, though I may like it. If such kinds of decisions are made, the family remains very strong because you are setting an example for your child. Your own life is a demonstration in the eyes of your child. Everything the child is seeing. Remember, for the child, you are the role model. So you are walking the path of righteousness and thus you are inspiring your child to walk the path of righteousness. The child will have a lot of love, respect and reverence for such a father and mother. I heard a very nice story. The father was taking this little child to a, circus or something. So then the ticket counter, the person said, how many tickets? So father said, 2. So it was written there, above 6, full ticket. Below 6 years, half ticket. So then this ticket counter, this person said, sir, you could have said 1.5 tickets. Anyway, I wouldn't have known the difference. The child was little. The father said, yes, you wouldn't have known the difference, but he will know the difference. You see, I may save some money, but I am setting a wrong example in front of him. Decision makings. When right decisions are made, righteous decisions are made, when value-based living happens in front of the child has a role model. That is also very, very essential. Now, another aspect, a very common mistake done by all of us is unhealthy attachment. We are so attached to our kids. Many times they ask, Swamiji, what is the problem with attachment? Attachment means love. That is very good. You know the problems of attachment? Attachment means identification. Identification means what? In Sanskrit, the word is tadatmya. Tat atma, that is me. Now, when I get totally identified with my child, there are so many problems. One problem is, I have so many unfulfilled dreams which I could not fulfill. What will I try to do? My immediate extension is my child. I will try to fulfill my unfulfilled dreams through my child. And the child has his or her own dreams to be fulfilled. Hey, keep it aside. You must do this. The common example. I could not become a doctor in my life. You should become a doctor. In our family, you should be the first doctor. Common example. Now the child has no interest in becoming doctor. Maybe he has interest in music, sports, politics, whatever. Keep it aside. Now what will happen? I am forcing my desires upon the child. What will happen to the relationship? No, for sure, the relationship is going to be strained. Another thing is, I want to have my ego satisfaction with the success of my child. My child should come first in studies, first in drawing, first in painting, first in karate. Because that child is not my child, it is me. And when the child loses, I lose. Every time my child fails, my ego is hurt. So therefore, what is the only way to have peace of mind? My child should be number one in everything. So what then I start doing? See, these are all unconscious things which I do. I start pressurizing him. Hey, do it. Neighboring fellow is doing it. Why can't you do it? Now your child is a donkey and the neighbor child is a horse. He is running. Why can't you run? Child also doesn't know that I am a donkey. The other fellow is a horse. He is trying his level best. You see? And the fellow is strained. So every time he comes in front of mother or father, what is the state of mind now? Peaceful or disturbed? All the time here is this parent complaining, grumbling. The whole environment of the house is spoiled. At a younger age, the child remains quiet because there is no other way. What else can you do? You can't shout back. Slowly the relationship, that rift comes. So what is the cause of all this? It is called as unhealthy attachment. Wherever unhealthy attachment is there, you will find that person will give you maximum sorrow. Just observe. You will have maximum tears. You think that this person is giving me greatest joy. True. But greatest pain also is coming from the same source. You get angry. You get frustrated. You get anxious when the child is not coming on time. What happened? Oh, all kinds of bad imaginations start. The child has not come from school. Now you start imagining all unwanted things. You see, anxiety, worry, fear, stress. These are all the sign of unhealthy attachment. So don't say attachment is a very good thing. Unhealthy attachment is definitely bad. Healthy attachment is good, but healthy attachment also means healthy detachment. They all go together. Both of them go together. Now the question is, how to develop this healthy detachment? See, that is where the scriptures come into picture. The guidance has to come from scriptures only. Now, just analyze this truth. The child, it is your child, right? First, the child was in your womb as mother. Who was taking care of the child in the womb? Lord alone was taking care. The mother only know how to eat and sleep. The child was taken care by the Lord. So many complicated functions are there, which the mother or the father doesn't know anything. Why? Even the doctors may not know so many things. The child is taken care by the Lord in the womb. Again, when the child comes out, the worldly food is not fit enough for the child. A special food has to be prepared for the child. And the Lord Himself prepares that special food, the breast milk of mother. Mother herself doesn't know. It just happens. That divine does everything. So food is also prepared for the child. Again, a newborn baby, to take care of newborn baby is impossible task. Because the fellow demands attention 24/7. It is just not humanly impossible it is. All the time either the fellow is crying or he is hungry or he is dirty or he is... So what does Bhagavan do? He gives infinite love, puts that love in mother's heart. Because when there is love, any sacrifice is no sacrifice. That is something unique with love. Where there is love, the physical suffering, torture is nothing. Everything becomes sweet. So that divine love, that unconditional love, that infinite love, which belongs to only Bhagavan, he puts that temporarily in the heart of that mother. And now the mother feels that love and she is ready to do anything for the child. She is going through all sacrifices. And now, what does she say? This is the starting point of unhealthy attachment. What is the starting point? The mother says, I sacrifice for my child. I gave birth to my child. I fed the child. I did everything for the child. Today the child is alive because of me. What have you done? It is the act of greatest ingratitude. God did everything and you say you did everything. You are a thief. This is what thief do, isn't it? What does a thief do? Somebody's property he will take and say it is mine. Bhagavan did everything and now she says I did everything. This is the act of ingratitude. Slowly what happens? You have been ungrateful to your creator. Very soon your creation will become ungrateful to you. It is law of karma. You see? How whatever wrong things you are doing, just see how it is coming back to you. But on the other hand, you say, Bhagavan, you were the one who was taking care of this. You gave me this love, because of which I was able to love my child, take care of my child. It's all because of you. I am only an instrument. This child is your child. I am only an instrument in taking care of your child. If this is your attitude, you become grateful to the Lord, your Creator. Very soon you will find the child growing and very much grateful, respectful, reverential for you. And something amazing happens. On one side, the child gets a wonderful mother. On one side, your relationship with your child improves. Simultaneously, something wonderful happens. Your relationship with God also starts improving. Why? Because you come to know, just look how much I love my child. I am also a child of that Lord. So how much that Lord must be loving me. You have a direct experience. So as that love is flowing through your heart, what are you seeing there? You are actually seeing that original source of love, the divine love. So then what happens? Your relationship with God improves. Your love for God improves. That love for God, that's what is called as bhakti. On one side, you are fulfilling all your family duties. On the other side, you are evolving spiritually. At the same time, there is healthy detachment also. This child is not my child. I am only an instrument. This child belongs to Bhagavan. That is called as healthy detachment. And something wonderful also happens when the child is crying for something and you really don't know why the child is crying. Just ask the real mother. You are only a temporary duplicate mother. The real mother is somebody else. Bhagavan, I don't know why my child is crying. Please guide me. Mysteriously that guidance comes. But the more and more you are possessed with this ego, the divine guidance just doesn't flow. That medium becomes blocked. Step aside. Move out of the way. Then you will find that divine guidance, protection, everything flows smoothly. So you also grow, your child also grow. This is the way to come out of all unhealthy attachment. Now, another topic. In parenting, many people think that parenting means pampering. parenting is not pampering. Yes, in parenting, love is definitely involved, but there is strictness also involved. There is discipline involved. Both go together. Parenting is not just loving. There are certain things which should be taught to the child in a strict way. The child may not like it, but it doesn't matter. There is something good for the child. Remember, the child and the mind both are similar. Mind does what it likes. A child also does what it likes. There is something else which is good. The mind doesn't want it. There is something which is good. The child doesn't want it. In such situations, you will have to be strict. That is good for the child. That is good for you. That is good for the family also. So how to be strict? Sama, Dana, Bheda, and the final one, Danda. Sama. First start with peaceful way. Slowly. Peaceful, sweet advice. If it doesn't work, the tone has to change. And slowly the punishment also has to be given. Now, many will say, Swamiji, in this country you can't raise your hand upon your child and all that. You don't have to do all that. How to punish the child? Understand what is his weakness. Suppose screen time is the weakness. If you do this, I will reduce your screen time. This is the punishment. Understand what are the weakness, and then cash it on to make the child walk the path of righteousness. You have to come to Bala Vihar, otherwise this is going to go. Ration will be reduced. You don't have to punish. You determine how to punish, what are the things. What is that which the child loves very much? Censor board. This is the way. That is called as dandam. You don't have to beat or anything. Not necessary. Convert every weakness of the child as an opportunity to make him walk the path of righteousness, of goodness, of discipline. Both are necessary. Vajradapi kathorani mriduni kusumanyapiti, he said. Sometimes you have to be hard like a diamond, unyielding when it comes to values of life. But when it comes to sweetness, mriduni kusumanyapi, more tender than a flower petal. Both are necessary. So the common example given is the example of a potter. Potter, how he makes the pot. So he has a wheel, he rotates the wheel fast, he has a clay, and he keeps that clay in the center, and the wheel is rotating. So what does he do? One hand is beating that clay to shape, the other hand is a supporting hand. A shaping hand, supporting hand. That supporting hand is a loving hand. Shaping hand is a disciplining hand. Both are necessary. Both day and night are necessary for healthy growth. Activity and rest, both are necessary. Sun's scorching rays and moon's cooling rays, both are necessary. In parenting also it is true. Right. So this is another aspect. One more aspect. The two most important virtues to be inculcated in your child. Number one, humility. Number two, gratitude. Teach the child to be humble. Whenever the child comes, sometimes our child, they are very good in sports or studies or this and that and great achievers. Automatic tendency will be superiority complex. I am better than others. Puncture the ego. don't allow your child to revel in the egoistic joys, because later on he will suffer a lot. Our greatest enemy is our ego. Whatever ability, talent you have, it belongs to God. Yes, thank Him. Be humble. To the extent I am not having superiority complex, to that extent I will not have inferiority complex also. They are two sides of the same coin. If I learn to be humble in my moments of achievements, I will not be depressed when others are performing better than me. A time will definitely come. All the great achievers, very soon they are surrounded by greater achievers, and suddenly you don't know how to handle, because all the time you have been number one. This generally happens in school. The initial grades, first grade, second grade, he's number one. Finally, he reaches some big college. The mighty intellects of the entire nation, they are all there. And compared to them, he feels he's really small. He becomes miserable. There are so many suicide cases, especially in India, that IIT. Suicide cases are increasing. Indian Institute of Technology, in India it is, what do you call that? Tier 1. There, suicide rates are increasing. Can you believe? What is the mistake? They were never taught to remain humble. They were enjoying all these egoistic joys. And when that is missing, they don't know how to handle it. Teach the child to remain humble at a very young age. Second thing, be grateful. Whatever I am, it is because of the sacrifice of so many people. Make the child know that. To be grateful. To be grateful towards God for whatever He has given to us. Otherwise, you will find the child is always complaining and grumbling about what is not given. I don't have this, I don't have that. And the parents are struggling to get this or that. Sometimes it's a very costly affair also. Instead, attention should be taken. Hey, have you ever thought of what all you have already? That we don't think. 9 things are there in life, I never think about it. That one thing which is missing. My thoughts always revolve around that, complaining, grumbling. So therefore, one of the best practices is take the child to an orphanage. Make the child serve food for these poor children. The children who don't have father, mother. And then make the child think, come back home and say, see those children, compare, tell me what all things you have which they don't have. I have my parents, I have food, I have education, I have good home. Yes, this is the way to cultivate gratitude. Make the child thank the cosmos for all the blessing that it has given. These are all the values we have to inculcate in them. Otherwise, they will become a complaining, grumbling children as they grow up. I saw one video. This girl was telling, I am going to sue my parents without asking my permission. Why did they bring me into this world? Can you believe? Somebody forwarded that video to me. Swamiji, see, this is the generation we are living in. Yes, in a way parents are responsible. The right values are not given. So humility and gratitude. And one last one, the greatest lesson we can teach our children is, my dear child, God is always with you. Today we are there with you, tomorrow we may not be there, but there is somebody who is ever with you, who is loving you infinitely, unconditionally. You turn to Him, whatever your problem is there, pray to Him, He will respond. There is nothing called a hopeless situation, never. If this lesson is taught, in fact, that is the essential lesson of Balavihara. All those teachers I am telling you, this should be the thing which everything should revolve around. Make the child connect to the divine in him or her. If this is done, our job is done. So with this, I stop. Now we can have some questions. Is the battery changed?
Yes. We'll find out.
Hari Om. Thank you, Swamiji. Feedback. Yeah. Questions? Yes.
Hari Om Swamiji. You gave the example of a kid and father going to the circus. So you teach values and you say you do the right thing. But when the kid is out there in society and they stick to the rules, but then they see friends who are not sticking to the rules and they get opportunities which this kid misses because they are operating within a set of lines. So how does that translate later? They see someone else is not following the rules and they say, Amma, they didn't do it, but they still got it and I didn't get it. I lost on that.
Now, did you reduce my volume also?
No. Just trying not to get the feedback.
Hari Om. No, this is less. Hari Om, yes. So, Hari Om, Now, according to the 1 hour talk which you have heard, what should you do? You see, first of all, a healthy discussion must follow. Remember, once in a while, all the family members should come together. It's very good that the child has come and expressed this. How will you convert it into a healthy discussion? Give the mic to her. Don't take away the mic till answer is over. How will you convert it into a healthy discussion? What did you say, by the way?
I didn't have a good answer, Swamiji. That's the reason I asked.
That is the problem. Next time he will not come to you. You should have noted that question, waited for some, proper answer. First of all, you should do this homework or ask the right people to get a proper convincing answer. Once you are convinced, then you must give this answer. When was this question asked?
A year back or something.
Look at that. A patient has come to you and you are the doctor. You have not given the medicine for almost 1 year. Will that patient again come to you?
That is true. The patient has no choice, Swamiji.
So what is the answer to be given? You should say, temporarily it may appear that the other person is winning, but when you see the entire life, you will find that child, when he grows up, he will go on losing. The last laugh you will have. Because the law of this cosmos is dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. As you sow, so shall you reap. In the beginning, it may appear that you are not winning. That person has taken shortcuts, and suppose those shortcuts are successful, that taking shortcuts becomes a habit in him, and that itself will destroy him. For example, suppose I am copying. In one exam, I copied and got some marks. What will I do next time? I will not study. That is the first tragedy. No problem. The other fellow is there anyway next to me. Number one, I will not study. Number two, tendency will be to copy because I was successful last time. A time will come when you'll be caught. Because that is karma. And maybe in some big exam, very important exam, you are caught. Then what will happen? See, when you are copying in first grade, second grade, no problem. But suppose you are caught in some big exam, then they ban you. I don't know the laws of this country and all that, but it is true everywhere. Which do you want? This is the way you have to tell him. There is a law. And always remember that examiner may not watch you, but there is God who is watching everyone. This is a beautiful opportunity for him to, it is like CCTV. Always remember that there is a CCTV inside. All those CCTVs are outside. You can cheat that CCTV. But this one you can't. It is all the time on. Registering everything. So this is the way you have to say. So there is somebody with you. Never try to cheat him because you cannot. He knows everything about you. So no problem, even if you're failing, because you are truthful, I'm proud of you. Then there is a healthy discussion. Next time he sees other fellow, he will say, no problem. He's at peace. I don't know what is the lesson which he has learned after 1 year. Maybe he is also doing the same thing now. Compromising with higher values. Okay. I hope I have answered.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Swamiji. This is going to kind of trying to dictate or kind of tell our kids what they should do with their time, right? So we hear that there's vasanas that transfer from janma to janma, and that for the next birth, the child chooses a family where it can live out its vasanas, right? And then so that is the spiritual aspect. But then there's also the scientific aspect that we are passing our genes and our abilities to our kids. But then there's also the influence of media. When my daughter was in elementary school, Olympics was going on. She saw all the gymnasts and she said, I want to be a gymnast. She's my daughter. She's not, she doesn't have the gymnast genes, and I know that. And she actually ended up fracturing her elbow and dropped out of gymnastics. But then we are equipped to educate our children. That is our dharma, to make sure that they can be productive adults and be able to take care of themselves. So we have to be practical at one point to understand that, okay, these are their strengths and these are their weaknesses, and this is the area in which we need to nudge them so that they can have a productive life. So how do we balance, that invariably doctors' kids end up becoming doctors, economists' kids end up becoming economists, and so on, right? So how do we balance this, what the child's destiny is and what we do for the child?
You see, again there is a healthy discussion that is necessary. Find out what is the swadharma of that child. What is the swadharma? Swadharme nidhanam shreyah paradharmo bhayavaha. So what is the swadharma? Swadharma is that doing which I feel fulfilled. Swadharma is that field where working is not working, it is like a hobby for me. Swadharma is that where I don't care about how much pay I am getting. I don't care how many people are appreciating. Even when challenges come, failures come, I am not discouraged. That becomes an opportunity for me to learn. If there is some such field where I am automatically inspired, then know for sure that that is your swadharma.
True, but I'm still figuring out my swadharma at the age of 50. How will I know what my child's swadharma? She has to go through the iterations of life and...
Correct. So what we generally do is expose the child to all the fields. Just expose. I don't know, somewhere somebody told me that the child is exposed to so many toys, it seems, different. The child automatically chooses something. It is all based on Swadharma. Because child is, this is not the first birth. In the past, he or she was something. So that Vasana pulls towards that world. So this is what we do. So that's why the initial grades and all, they are exposed to all fields, all branches, everything. Slowly the child, look at our own life. We have selected one topic, maybe some engineering, maybe medicine, maybe law, maybe commerce, whatever it is. How did we choose? So there was this voice which said, hey, this is for you. And we find great fulfillment when we study that. So in this way, everybody has that inner calling. So expose the child and just nurture the child, just like the gardener. Provide water, manure, sunlight, everything. Don't inject water, just pour water. A conducive environment I will give you, and I have no expectation that, within this many months, this much you should grow. No, you grow at your own pace. And bring out that fruit for which you are born. No expectation. I will not expect mango from an apple tree, apple seed. Just expose, that's all what is needed. As a gardener, what you do, same thing you have to do here.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Hari Om Swamiji. How do you parent when you have an estranged child?
You have to first explain what is that strange.
Estranged means you no longer have a daily relationship with him or her. So there's been a fallout, let's say from a divorce, and so you want to be a parent, but you're unable because it's not a relationship that you have anymore.
Is a grown-up child?
Yes, adult child, in their 20s.
Are you still in talking terms?
No.
Then what can be done? So already we have made all mistakes when the child was growing, maybe. I really don't know, because then I'll have to sit personally with you and then discuss.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the lecture. And my question is, how deal when the parents sometimes is not in the same page?
Parent is not in same page with?
Yeah, with education or how to discipline the child or...
What do you mean by same page?
The two parents.
Two parents are not in same page. So first, let us have a healthy discussion between parents before involving the child. You discuss. Always one voice should come from both of you. One instruction father gives, another totally diametrically opposite instruction mother gives, there is a problem. First you discuss. Then come out with one, just like how national leaders come together, they discuss something in private. Fine, they come out with a very general statement which everybody agrees. That has to be done. First you have to iron out all your differences. That's the first thing to be done. Yeah.
Hari Om Swamiji. How do I not worry too much about future, or am I doing enough, or what else can I do, or how?
For your child or for yourself?
For my child.
You are worrying about your child. I have given the answer. Now tell me, what was that answer?
God's child.
See? Everybody knows except you. Wherever there is unhealthy attachment, you can't avoid worry. So whenever worrying comes, okay, practical solution I will give you. Whenever there is worry, say, Bhagwan, he is your child, please take care of him. I will do this much of japa, so that my mind is at peace. It works. So convert that worry, calamity to an opportunity to connect to God. It always works.
Any other questions?
Oh, here.
Thank you, Swamiji. I realized that I had a similar question. It's not the two parents in this case. It's the parents and a grandparent. And if the grandparents' opinion is different, is it still the case that we need to get on the same page? And if so, what do we do when we are the child who has the disagreement with our parent?
So, you keep the mic with your mother and you and your wife, you are on the same page.
No, not always, but you've told us what to do in that case.
Correct.
But what if we are on the same page and her father
First,
is...
you both of you be on the same page.
Yes.
Then you sit with grandparents. All the four be on the same page. This is how things have to be.
Okay, we'll invite you next time.
Yes. Let there be a healthy discussion. See, what do you mean by healthy discussion? Healthy discussion is something like this. Suppose your father is telling something. No, this is the way. And you both of you say, no, this is the way. Father. So plan A, plan B. Okay? Plan A versus plan B. See, if we do what I am saying, plan A, this advantages. And this disadvantage. Whereas if we do what you say, these are the disadvantages. And only few advantages. Try to logically convince him. But there are times when we have to say no to our parents. There are times you have to say no, but let it be a firm but sweet no. Let that be not a slapping no, harsh no. Many times the tone also matters. More than the content, sometimes it is the way it is expressed. That hurts people. And always remember one thing, your child is your responsibility. They may give advice, but beyond that, they don't have any right on the child because it is your child. Listen to their advice. If you are not agreeing with them, sweetly disagree with them. But first of all, this discussion should happen. Trying to logically convince them, see, whatever you are saying is not possible because of this reason. Again, it has this disadvantage. Whereas whatever we are doing, it has got these advantages. Both of you should approach. So first there is a healthy discussion and there is a sweet disagreement if they don't agree with that discussion. So these are the ways in which you have to proceed.
Thank you.
Here's a question.
Swamiji, I have a follow-up question.
Don't sit near. No, don't change.
Okay.
See, whenever it is near.
This is better?
Yes.
Okay. Swamiji, follow-up question. Can we sweetly disagree with the other parent who's not agreeing because, you go through everything, it's based on values, everything, and the other parent is still not, coming on the same page? I'm not talking about us at all, just a general question. Yes.
No, both the parents have to have a healthy discussion and they should come to one conclusion. Now you will always find that, you see, there is one between the two who is more doing everything for the child. The other person is just a passive parent. Whoever is the active parent will have the final say.
Thank you, Swamiji.
You have understood.
Hari Om Swamiji, thank you for this enlightening discourse today. Just wanted to see if you have any tips to teach time management. I have an 11-year-old daughter, and I am kind of like, I tell her the time, like this is the time when you have to get ready and leave, but that's it. I'm just letting her be responsible for her actions after that, if she's getting late to the school or whatever it is. But I don't know if that's the right thing to do.
Or should I be more
You
strict?
see, the child has to be painfully aware of those indisciplines. That is our job. For example, make the child aware that, see, you said by this time you are going to get ready. You are not ready. Mark it. See, this is how you are wasting time. See, this is how you are wasting. See how you are suffering. In the school, she goes late. Now, don't do anything. Let her suffer the consequences of all those indisciplines. Don't try to ease out. For example, junk food. Wait when the child is going to get sick. Fever comes. Allow the child to suffer little fever. Nothing will happen. You know why this fever has come? See, all the phlegm, everything is coming out because they are all the impurities gathered during your junk food. All this oil, masala, everything, whatever you eat, the body has to throw it out. And the only way it can throw it out is by raising the temperature, and that is why you are suffering. So make the child aware of the consequences of all the indulgences, of all the indisciplines. See, first of all, you have to be disciplined. Otherwise, you have no right to talk about it. You can't be an indulgent person and, you are eating non-veg and all those kind of things, and what is that? All the spicy, masala, junk food. And then you are telling, hey, you should not do it. It won't work. First, ensure that you are doing it properly. That is the way. Make the child painfully aware of the consequences of all indulgences.
Thank you. Swamiji, children keep going through these stages in life, right? Where initially they want to share a lot with you, they want to keep talking to you, and then sometimes they might start holding back, especially as they grow older. I love your FIR test. Is there a test for this relationship also to make sure that it's on the right track over time? Because children change as well.
Children change, but if they are getting the right kind of advice, if there is a right kind of environment where the child is allowed to speak and gets the right convincing, logical answers, especially when the child is growing. Remember, the intellect is always asking for logical answers. Small child will not ask for logic answer and all. As the child grows, intellect grows. When the intellect grows, the child is trained in the school to ask why to everything. Why this? Why that? If you are able to give convincing answers, the child will again and again come back to you. But every time the child has asked a question, and if you are not able to give the right answer, you should say that, wait, I will find the answer and come back to you. And you must come back. And try to see if you are able to convince. Every time you get convinced, there is all the possibility that the child will come back to you. And also, allow the child to tell all the mistakes, blunders, errors that child has done. Never judge. Never say, hey, how can you do it? This is not the way. This is how we all learn. Commit mistake and learn. So if this kind of environment is there, you will find that the child will come. Wherever the child will. Somewhere, we have to unburden ourselves. Oh, so much of burden is there. I am just finding the right person to unburden myself. Exactly like your garbage bin. They are waiting for a truck. Every mind is a garbage only. We are just waiting. Somebody I want. But the problem is everybody has their own garbage. So therefore, such an environment should be created where the child feels free, comfortable in sharing everything. So that responsibility lies in our.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Sorry, I'm Swamiji. You mentioned the importance of building gratitude, and you gave the example of taking your child to an orphanage, right? So we've done something similar, and interestingly, it's kind of backfired. Instead of building gratitude or for appreciation for what, he or she may have, it's almost like they feel guilty, and then there's this tendency of, or if they see like a handicapped person, it's instead of feeling, I think they do feel compassion, but then there's this feeling of unease and discomfort. So can Can you help me understand why
That
that
is
may
why
be?
discussion is necessary.
Okay.
So you should ask your child, okay, you feel discomfort. What is the reason? What is the reason? Naturally, whenever you go to such places, your mind will be disturbed.
Yeah.
Your mind will not be peaceful. When somebody is suffering, how can your mind be peaceful?
Right.
That suffering is necessary. It is a deliberate injection of suffering. I'm told that this fever virus, they inject deliberately some virus into you, correct?
That's
so that
it.
it fights against it and become immune. In the same way, we are deliberating injecting suffering. By seeing that they should get disturbed.
Okay.
But in that disturbed state of mind, they start introspecting. Questioning why this is happening. At that time, right medicine has to be given. You see, when you do bad karma, all these bad things will happen. But suppose you are doing only good, then the cosmic rules are such. Oh, if you do good, only good things will happen to you. If you do bad, bad will happen to you. So always do good. Wonderful method to. It is not that accidents are happening here and there. No. The cosmos has its laws. If you are always doing good to others, the cosmic forces will ensure that only good things will happen to you. This is the way you should see. Disturbance is there, but it is up your ability to pull out the child from that disturbance.
Thank you.
Hari Om. I have two daughters and they are in their 40s. I have raised them in India and now they are in the US and I have now 3 grandchildren. So with this background, I remember when my daughter, she was 10 years old, the elder one, she used like virtues. I used to tell not speaking lies and likewise. So she used to go to the school and she used to say, Mom, you are confusing me because the world is so and so, they are behaving this way and you are telling me something different. I just can't relate things. What do I do? Still, I used to tell her that no, these are our values and we should stick to it. But she had her own confusions. This is one thing. Another thing is that I am a believer in God, you may say, and my husband is completely non-believer. So I used to tell my children something and he used to just rub it out. And he gave some different, exactly opposite inputs. And still now, till now, impact of the father is more on my daughters and they don't, like they have, so I don't know like where did I fail to impact them more, or maybe they just say that these are the things that you do in India, don't tell me. These are the things you do by for yourself, don't tell me. And they don't follow. And if I, like, even if the name of the God, they just are repelled. You can have your own feelings, whatever you have, do it by yourself at your home, not here. So I don't know what to do in this situation.
When did you start coming to Chinmaya Mission, Amma?
So Chinmaya Mission, I am not a regular follower of Chinmaya Mission, but it so happened that I am in Chicago presently and I...
So by accident you came here?
Accident I cannot say. I know Chinmaya Mission, so like...
you knew Chinmaya Mission, but you never used to attend the classes of Chinmaya Mission.
I didn't attend, but Swami Tejomayanand, he was there in
that
our
was
institute.
In which year?
Maybe 10 years before in our
10
institute.
years before he came, and so you attended his discourse.
Yes.
After that, you never went to Chinmaya Mission.
There is a Chinmaya Mission...
Only for Mother's Day, when food is there, you go.
No. I used to help Chinmaya Mission, some official work.
Did you go to study class?
Classes, no, yes.
That is why you are suffering. You understand now? If suppose you had gone to study class, there could have been a healthy discussion. When your children says, Mother, where is God? Why God? Prove me God. You would have got the answers. Because study class, that is what is discussed. Scriptures are discussed one after the other. Because this problem is there everywhere. In every household, these discussions happen. You would have got perfect answers from the masters. but you preferred not to go there. So, who is responsible? If you had attended those classes and you yourself would have Shravanam, Mananam, thought about it, reflected about it, and clear understanding, they could not even stand in front of you. Because your answers are so perfect, convincing, logical. Gurudev himself was an atheist. Do you know that? He was a non-believer. He was a chain smoker. About whom I was speaking, the very same person. Chain smoker, journalist, non-believer. He went to Himalayas for what? Let me see what these sadhu sannyasis are doing. Useless fellows. They are eating food from others, not contributing anything. I am going to write a terrible article about them. He was a journalist. He went there. You know the story?
Yes.
He was transformed. After that, he transformed me. Why? Because he went in front of a lion. At that time, he was a rat. In the same way, if you had attended all those study classes, you would have by now become a lioness. You understand? When they are saying, asking some question, you must have that convincing, logical answer to give. You can't say, don't ask any question, believe in God. We never asked anything from our parents. This won't work. Times have changed. When your children is sitting in front, they are listening from you, they are listening from him. He says, where is God? Prove me God. They look at you. I don't know. I just believed in God. If this is your answer, they will not listen to you. So the biggest mistake you made was, Chennai Mission was there. Study classes were there. You conveniently ignored these classes. And therefore now you are paying the price for it. There is nobody else to blame other than you.
So I accept I'm at fault, but then
At a very young age, children must be exposed to all these wonderful teachings. Many people have this notion that no, when we are old, when we are good for nothing, we will study Gita. What is the use? These are all manual of right living. Young age. Lot of challenges are going to come in future when the child grows. This knowledge alone will give you strength. Just like food. This is called food for the soul.
sometimes another thing which I feel is that in so short 1 hour, this thing, all the aspects of parenting, I don't know whether they can be covered or not, because there are so many situations which may not fall in this particular whatever are the today's tips given. One thing. Another thing is that swabhava. My swabhava is I get scared if somebody puts some forcibly thoughts on me. So that's me and my husband. So he puts things in front of me so forcefully that I'm a weak in front of them. So even if I know in the inside of my mind what God is, I'm unable to convince.
No. If you are with God, you are the strongest person. Without God, you are the weakest person. Don't say with God also I will be weak. No way. Once God's light starts shining through you, you are a totally different person. Do you think God will forsake you? That's why, Amma, the problem is you don't attend satsang. And you are imagining things. There's a big price to be paid for ignoring knowledge. Big price. And these are all the price. Satsang is very important. At least from now on, starts going to study classes.
So, I follow Ramakrishna mission.
Wonderful. Follow any path,
Yes.
any organization, but be regular. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Hariom Swamiji. I really like your example of a pot and how you're kind of molding the pot, and you have two hands. One is the disciplined hand, and one is the loving hand. There's always a balance, right, between the two. And obviously, how do you know that you're following the right balance? I get, you can see the shape of the pot in this example, but when it comes to children, how do you know that you're not being too disciplinary or too loving?
See, when you're tuned to God, God functions through you. So what happens is, whenever you go to the extremes, your mind gets disturbed. There's a guilt. I think I should have been too harsh. Then mellow down. Add a lot of sugar. Sweeten yourself. Sometimes too much of pampering, and they are taking advantage of your pampering. Then tighten the screws, nuts, bolts. So, the voice of conscience clearly guides you.
It does.
Hariom Swamiji. Times I observe that sometimes I observe of my daughter that she has a certain skill set which I can clearly see that she is extremely good at. Because of the young age, she doesn't have, let's say, full realization of that potential. And that skill set could be controversial as well, such as geopolitics. And I'll end up telling her that this is not the right age for you to know certain things, certain controversial religious concepts. But she wants to run fast, let's say. What would you advise? Should we allow kids to explore areas which are otherwise controversial, given if such topics are discussed by young kids in school, it can become a difficult situation to handle. Like, my daughter has a lot of interest in Hinduism and other religions, and at a very young age she has started reasoning very strongly because she's taking a lot of self-interest in that, and I'm avoiding her getting into those topics until she gets 15, 16 years of age. What would be your advice?
You see, always give them this understanding that all religions are effective in taking the man to God. All religions have come with the right purpose. Interpretations can be dangerous. All those prophets, the great people, they have come to improve the world, and all these religions have contributed to bringing peace in the world, if it is practiced rightly. This understanding has to be first given. Let not the reading of any religion be with a biased notion that this is superior, that is inferior, this religion has created more problem. No. This understanding has to be given. With this understanding, you read any scriptures. Ekam sat vipraha bahudha vadanti. Truth is one. Wise people speak in different ways. You will find that in all regions, great people are there, wise people are there. Very few. Generally they are silent, they don't come in front of media and all. All half-baked pots only come in front of media. They create all problem. The Sattvic people are always silent in all religion. You have to find out such people and learn from them. Ramakrishna Paramahansa himself, first after having, realization in Hinduism, he went to Christianity. Then he had the vision of Jesus. Then he went to Islam. He practiced like a mullah. And then he had the vision of Allah. And then he said, all the religions are one. Just like water. In some language they call it pani. Some language, different names are there. But water is the same. In the same way, this God is also one. This understanding has to be given. Then let her read any book. And then let there be discussion. Whenever there is controversy, discussion should have. Go in such a direction. Oh, somebody has misinterpreted it. That is how this has come. As Gurudev used to say, Shastra can never be wrong, Shastri can be wrong. Understood?
Thank you, Swamiji. My question is, how or should parenting evolve as your kids get older? So teenagers and above, how do you think your parenting should evolve?
With teenagers, always treat them like friends. Discussion should be logical and convincing. Any discussion. Whenever you want to present a point, find out whether you have enough logic, convincing logic. Then only take up the discussion, otherwise don't take. Don't say that I am telling you, therefore obey me. It won't work. And raising voice and all, never do that. We will take a decision based on what is good and bad. And how do we decide what is good and bad? Logic, yukti, shruti, yukti, anubhuti. What does the scripture say? What does the logic say? And what does our experience say? Such a discussion should happen. This is the way youngsters must be handled. And they will commit a lot of mistakes, as I told you. Never judge them. Learn that we are all growing by committing mistakes only. So if this is the kind of environment we create, we will have no problem with youngsters. Expose them to chicks also. Now we have in Chinya Mission, we have this, Do we have it? Ah.
Hariyam Swamiji, I was thinking about some scriptural references of children who have God realization. So Nachiketa, for example, Prahalada, for example, they may not have had the best parents. How do we learn from these scriptural references around making our way and forgiving any sort of whatever happens in life with those kinds of relationships? How do we move forward?
See, somewhere somebody has to guide them right. For example, Prahlada. No doubt his father was Hiranyakashipu, but where did he get his teaching from? Narada Rishi. In the womb itself he learnt everything. Give me one example where the child is not exposed to anything good, but he became good. Dhruva. He was again guided by Narada Rishi only. Nachiketa. He was again guided by Yamaraj. Tell me one example. Everybody was exposed to some or the other good teaching. Even Naraji himself. He was the son of a servant maid. But during those rainy seasons, the Rishi Munis would come and they would conduct kathas, satsangs, and he got exposed and slowly he was completely transformed. It is impossible to show one person without any kind of exposure to Mahatmas. They just no. Very rare. Maybe some avatars, very, very rare. But as far as common man is concerned, he needs some kind of exposure.
For Nachiketa's example, he had to be...
See, Nachiketa's past we don't know.
There's some amount of suffering before
what
leading
he says
to
to his
that
father?
point.
His father, when there was an argument, his father said, don't go. You know what he said? My dear father, look at the past, how these great people have lived. They never sacrificed, they never compromised. Isn't it true that we should also live there? Anupashya yatha purve pratipashya tatha pare sasyameva martyah pachyate sasyamiva jayate punah. What is the use of living like this, like crops? Anyway, we have to die. Why should we compromise upon values? Look at the way the great people have lived. They must be our inspiration. He was teaching his father. That verse says that he was exposed to Mahatmas. Satsang is absolutely essential. Somebody has to guide you. In everybody's life is easy. See Gurudev's life. Life was transformed by Mahatmas. Somebody, some great soul comes. Somewhere some great soul comes. We were going in some wrong direction. Somebody, hey, this is not the way. Go straight. Life is transformed. Everybody. But if you have such good samskaras in the past birth itself, then you will find that you suddenly, as though somebody has reminded you something which you already knew. That's how it happens.
Pranam Swamiji. As a Bal Vihar teacher, there are sometimes we find challenges where kids feel that they are sect of what they are, the Bhagwan that they are praising, or the rituals they are following in a certain region. They feel like they are very superior, and it certainly comes from their parents. We can certainly feel that. And as a teacher, we can't parent the parents. And how do we handle those situations where we are there sitting educating kids like we are all one, but then they come back and they are like, no, this we are more superior for
Who says? Parents says or
the
child
kids?
says?
The kids.
Kids say.
Yes.
You have all the right to educate the kid. The kid will educate the parents. You understand? Water is flowing in this direction. So what you have to do to make the water flow in the opposite direction? Raise your level. See, my dear child, it is not true because of this reason. Everybody is equal. See, in the other fact also, see, such great saints are there. This is the way you prove. That which you are saying inferior is not inferior. See, there are all so many good things in them. How can you say it is inferior? This is the way. You must have done your homework. Again, I am saying. You know that this child has this question and this is the kind of parenting the child is exposed to. You have to correct it with logic. Now the child will go and argue with the parents. Father, you are saying that is not the right thing because my teacher told me this. Now the parent's job it is to find the right answer. You understand? So back and forth it will happen through the medium of the child. Whoever will strong will win. Your job is to be really strong. Falsehood cannot stand. It is only the truth which can stand. So therefore, if you really feel that what you are saying is true, you have to prove it logically, convincingly.
Thank you, Swamiji, for your time and for your discourse. I have a follow-up question on discipline, which was talked about earlier. The question is on child's time management. If a child is not getting ready on time and to go to school, and one of the choices is don't send them to school. Now they'll be home, they'll enjoy that. You can take away the phone during that time, but they're losing out not going to school. How do you handle it? Is that a good punishment?
Of course, there has to be a punishment. Is a school bus comes or something? There's a school bus that has to come. The child has to go.
No, we have to drop the child.
Drop the child. Let the child face the consequence. What will be the consequence if he goes late?
Actually, there's no consequence if they go late. They'll get a tardy remark.
Huh?
Yeah. They'll get a tardy remark like they're late. But if too much of it happens, then it doesn't look good on their grade report.
Okay, so whenever child is late, for few days you do that. Just see. Say that, see, your marks, your grades are going to get affected. See, the teacher. Draw a very, very scary picture. It all depends on how you can describe that event. Very dangerous. See, the teacher has marked. See, others have marked. See, now this negative point is going to affect you here, 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 here. If 10 places it's going to affect, make it 100 places. You explain and make the child fear. If the language of love, the child doesn't understand, you must have the language of fear. You must have the language of punishment. And make this rule. Every time you are late and every time you get some marking in the register, I am going to punish you in this way here at home. Your screen time today, no screen time because today you went late. Every day there is a screen time, maybe some half an hour, whatever, 1 hour. Today you are not going to get it because you are late. Do it. Let us see how many days it can. All the goodies, one by one, you start removing it. It will work. But you have to be strict. Ayyo, my beta, my child. Today it's okay. That won't work. In such issues, be very strict. The child should know that, okay, I know I cannot convince my father in this regard. That should be the kind of impression you should create in the mind of the child.
Thank you.
Hari Om Swamiji. So I'm going to piggyback on the same question that we are trying our best. We're reducing reward, love. We've gone through the whole cycle. If things are still not changing, at what point do we stop trying and just be like, I understand we're just the instrument. Ultimately, he's the child of Bhagwan and Bhagwan will take care of it. But at what point do we stop
Bhagwan
trying?
will not take care of it. He will take care through you only. You understand? You are responsible. Don't say, Bhagwan, you take care. I will relax. Doesn't work.
Keep trying.
Keep trying means what? Increase. Samadhana Veda. Danda. Increase the dose. Somewhere he will go down. He has to go down. So many controls you have.
Doesn't really help. The child is sitting right here.
Where? It helps. See the way he's sitting. Whatever he likes, start taking away one by one. That is how. Especially that screen time. No video game, nothing. Because today, you don't deserve it. That food which he loves the most. Today, you are going to eat that simple, bland food which we are all eating, which you don't like. Especially that which he doesn't like, cook that day. This food is cooked. It is nutritious but not tasty. This is cooked because you did that. How many ways you can teach the fellow a lesson? I don't know who is the fellow, but just he's the one.
It's the other one, Swami.
He said not him. Not the other one.
Many times, we are very lenient. Ayyo, my child. The moment you see your child, your heart melts. Oh God. That is called unhealthy attachment. You pamper and spoil kids. Done?
Thank you, Swamiji, for another wonderful lecture. This was very, very enlightening and very practical. Thank you very much, Swamiji. So as Swamiji said, yes. As Swamiji said, many of you already know, but there are some new faces in the crowd. There is Jimmy Mission in Chicago, in the city. We have classes